This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.
Welcome to the Barbados Today Afternoon Updates for Wednesday, April 29th. So glad you can join us. I'm Freundel. We begin with news of a landmark oil deal. Prime Minister Freundel Stuart today initialed the agreement along with the Vice President of BHP BILLITON, Dr. Neil McCormack. While hailing the development as historic, the Prime Minister said he was looking forward to the day when this island could halt its importation of petroleum and other oil resources.
April 29th, 2015 will be etched in our minds as a historic milestone in Barbados' efforts to realize its offshore petroleum potential. For today, Barbados will make a bold step towards securing its energy future by signing 2 offshore exploration licenses with the highly regarded international company BHP Billiton.
In other news, alarming statistics on the abuse of the nation's children. Joan Crawford, the director of the Childcare Board, says her office has recorded an increase in referrals within the last 2 years alone, with officials seeing a high number of children who are physically and sexually abused. The numbers of those neglected was also of major concern. Speaking at the launch of activities to mark Child Month this morning, Crawford said the Childcare Board saw 1,745 children last year when compared to 1,036 in 2013.
Of those referrals, 823 were child abuse referrals, and these affected 1,113 children. Of this number, there were slightly more females that were impacted. We had 568 females that were impacted and 545 males. A cursory look at our data suggests, though, that the age group of the children most affected is between the 5 and 11 years age range.
Barbados and the rest of the region are being warned against providing too much subsidies and protection policies as they seek to drive innovation. It comes from Senior Advisor in the Research Department of the Inter-American Development Bank, Ernesto Steen, during a presentation of the agency's Regional Policy Dialogue on Science, Technology and Innovation at the Hilton Resort this morning. Using Jamaica as an example, where tax incentives are offered to the tune of about 8% of the island's GDP, Steiner said while doing so was not forbidden, it was an area that leaders must tread cautiously. He advised that policies needed to be tailored to solve specific problems.
One classic example in the case of tourism is that the need for coordinating investments of different players, for example, the hotel investors and the airport investors. And if you don't have both investing at the same time, then the project might fail, but when actually the project may be worthwhile. So if the hotels don't invest, then the airport doesn't make sense, and vice versa. So you might get stuck in the bad equilibrium. And so temporary financial support in the form of subsidies or guarantees to both types of investors can help move us from the bad equilibrium to a good equilibrium with investment.
The theme of the conference is Rethinking Productive Development Policies for the Caribbean. The University of the West Indies will soon have its own television channel. Word of this from outgoing principal, Professor Sir Hilary Beckles. Sir Hilary, who takes up the post of Vice Chancellor in Jamaica on a Friday, explained the reason for the move at a press conference yesterday.
We are currently working to establish UWTV, and we hope that in the next year or so we will have a UWI channel that is available right across the Caribbean, where citizens across the region can have access to UWI content, magazine programs, lectures, seminars. We could bring the university into your home via UETV. We are working on that and we are making some agreements at the moment, which we hope will deliver on that prospect. So you will see the technology, both the communications technology as well as the general internet technology for teaching and learning. You will see UWI having a stronger and more robust technological image in the years ahead.
A top honor for Barbados' only living national hero, Sir Gary Sobers, was in fine form yesterday as he unveiled a number of interpretive panels portraying his exploits at an official ceremony. The panels are on display at the very club where he started his illustrious career, the Police Sports Club. The 4 beautiful panels are part of an ongoing drive to rejuvenate the sports club.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
A test of character, a test of focus, a test of will, a test of resilience, a test of courage. Barbados, the test is on. West Indies, England, May 1st at the Mecca. Tickets $30, $40, $50, and $60. It's on.
Barbados is on.
In sports, the fastest man in the world is heading for the big screen. A Jamaican sprint star, Usain Bolt, will be filmed in a documentary about his preparations for the 2016 Olympics in Rio de Janeiro and his subsequent retirement a year later. The Turner brothers will direct the film, which will also look back at Bolt's previous exploits, including his back-to-back Olympic gold medals in the 100 and 200 meters and his world records in those events. The Caribbean is being told to implement a holistic approach when responding to and preventing violence against women and girls. The appeal from 2 senior United Nations officials following a visit to 4 Caribbean countries, namely Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica and Dominica. In their report, the officials described violence against women and girls in those countries as a normalized, widespread, of pandemic proportions and underreported. They also noted that the issue of sexual violence against girls was also of widespread concern in those countries. On the international scene, a sense of normalcy returned to Baltimore today after police fired tear gas to enforce a curfew on the streets following a night of violence and arson. And that's our Barbados Today afternoon updates, but we'll be back again this evening. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook. We're also on iZoomi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also check us out on Channel 101 on 9TV and Mix 96.9 FM. There you can get all the latest news and sports. I'm Freundel Stuart. Good afternoon.
This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? #sexy.